Alrighty guys, so this is gonna be another video about my pets. Oops. So recently I had made a video and it got like 400 views, and it was about whether or not I should turn one of my terrariums into either an ecosystem terrarium or just a nice home for a leopard gecko. And it got like 400 views but no comments at all, which was kind of weird to me because I kind of thought that there was going to be a lot more comments. But right now I'm going to be showing you guys what I decided to do for it. And I decided to do it because I just thought like it would be a little bit more easier to do. So here it is. I decided to make a leopard gecko, or turn into a leopard gecko tank. As you guys can see, down here we have Leo, the leopard gecko. And yeah, as you guys can see, there doesn't seem to be that much space for him. But right now he's just like laying here down here because I set up this stump right here to have some moss and rocks behind it. And so what he's probably gonna start doing is he's probably gonna either stay in here and burrow down into this spot right here, because he doesn't seem to really enjoy underneath the log because the light reaches like all the way inside. So he's probably just gonna be in here underneath or behind it. What I'm afraid of though is that like he won't be able to get out, so I'll probably have to help him in case he does want to get out at night. But I think he could be able to get out. I think he just has, I don't know if they're able to like I'll move the rock though. I'll move the rock to make sure he comes out though. Over here too, I just want to also introduce my other animals because I haven't really done that yet. So in here, I don't know if you guys can tell, I tried to clean up a little bit of this tank. In here I have a day gecko whose name is hold on, his name is Gex. He's down here, he's under like inside of this rock right here, which is supposed to be a water bowl, but he likes hiding underneath it because there's like a little opening in there. And he just likes to hang out in there, which it's fine. He doesn't really come out that much. And then out here, and let's see, out here we have my painted turtle, Torta, who is one of the most active turtles I've ever seen in my life. So I plan to, maybe not for the leopard gecko because I just got him, but for the day gecko and my turtle, I plan to do a lot of remodeling, especially for the day gecko because this tank, yeah, as you guys can tell, it's not really the best looking one, but there seems to be enough foliage in it for him to hide around and like keep himself comfortable. And I added some crickets in here a little while ago, or yesterday. I also added some for my leopard gecko in here. So yeah, so these two are the only two right now that I have in here. However, wait, hold up. But however, there was also another thing I was going to show you guys. And this was something that I had mentioned before, I think, in my last video talking about the leopard gecko. But in here, we have this, a tank that I have not been using for a while because I don't really know why. Well, my camera isn't working. So in here I have some mystery snails which have been living in here for a long time. I didn't expect them to really survive for that long, but yeah, as you guys can see, this tank is like just totaled. However, I do have like a little bit of a plan for this tank. What I want to do is I want to actually like remodel it too, the same way I did for my leopard gecko. However, I did start doing some more information and I looked into some more animals, and I think I have an idea of what we could add in here. And I'm probably gonna put it in the thumbnail again. But for this tank, I actually really want to like remodel it to where it'll fit in some creatures I can live in a 10 gallon. Because this is 10 gallons. And this is literally the exact same tank I have for the one that I'm using, that I have my leopard gecko in. However, the thing about that is that The problem is I kind of have a hard time of like making some decisions of making or like just making decisions in general for what to put in here. I was able to make a final decision for the leopard gecko because I really only had like two choices in mind for this one. The other one though, I have a couple in mind and I'll explain them right now. So the first idea is adding a Kenyan sand boa. Now I live in an area where sorry the video cut off. Anyways, so the first idea I had for this tank is a Kenyan sand boa, like I mentioned before. And I did some research, and I'm sure what I could do is I could add like almost this much, maybe a little bit more sand in here, like maybe a little bit above the water level that is right now. And then probably use like some. I'll probably buy some like hiding spots, like the stump that I have in my leopard gecko's tank, or even reuse some of these fish decor spots. And I'll probably look online to find a Kenyan sand boa for me to buy because I think it would be pretty cool to have one. Because right now I'm trying to. I'm probably not gonna buy it until like maybe next year or maybe even during the winter. But I plan to. I do kind of want to also get a snake because I've only had like one before, and at that time I was still learning how to own like reptiles like that, and so I had a hard time with it. But now I think I have a good idea of like what to do and how I'm gonna make sure that it survives. So I think a Kenyan Samboa would be a good start for me to grow my experience with reptiles. The second option I was thinking about, and this is one that don't think I'll do because even though I had it in mind, but I don't think I'm gonna do it because this might be too small for it. But if you guys have heard before, there's these turtles called musk turtles, and musk turtles are basically these like really tiny turtles that are found throughout eastern North America. There's also musk and razorback, I think is what they're called, musk turtles, and I'm not really sure what the smallest one would be for this, but what I'm thinking is I'll probably put more water up here first off. I'll probably buy like a small turtle dock or something for it to latch onto it if it wants to, because they're turtles. Even though I think mud turtles are more aquatic than most other semi aquatic turtles, so they'll probably stay in the water more. But I'll remodel the bottom of the tank. I'll put some like maybe rocks or sand down here. I'll add some plants and maybe even some foliage on the bottom, just to like mimic its natural environment. And yeah, I'll probably just have like a really tiny baby because I think the babies are like this small, right? Or like a little bit bigger. And I think a 10-gallon tank would be like pretty good. It's just that they're turtles, so you would have to probably have like a bigger tank just so they have more space. So that's like one that I'm like thinking about, but I'm not really sure it's gonna happen. What else? The third option I was thinking of doing is making this an aquatic ecosystem tank. So what I'll do is like I'll add some substrate down here. I'll add some aquatic plants. I'll buy myself another filter, and I'll add some more. I'll add some fish. I'll add some shrimp, some other invertebrates, and then we'll see like if it works out as a good environment and make it like a nice tank to have. Because this is a desk that I'm probably gonna be using to do my work on. It would be nice to have some creatures in here like fish, maybe like guppies I would assume, or mollies, maybe even danios. But that's one thing I had in my mind. What else was I thinking about? So we have the Kenyan Samboa, the mud turtle or musk turtle, depending on which one's smaller, and the aquatic ecosystem area. Now the last thing I could do is potentially I'll probably look online to see what other animals can live in it, but the last thing I would probably do And this is one that, once again, I'm not so certain about because I feel like this would be too small for it. But I know that, so one of the pet stores that I have nearby, which is PetSmart, I think they sell baby corn snakes. And I know this is gonna sound a little bit absurd because, corn snakes, they can grow pretty large and I would have to buy another tank for them. But what I could do is I could, similar to like the Kenyan Sambo, and said this time I'll add like snake bedding on the bottom. I'll actually buy some bigger decor and I'll add some other stuff into it. And I'll add a baby corn snake in here. And I've actually been wanting to keep a corn snake for a while because I heard that they're pretty easy to keep. But the only problem is, for the reptiles, like I mentioned, I would have to buy a new lid for them, which is what I did for my leopard gecko. I had to buy a new lid so that way I could put like the lamps over it. But yeah, so these are the 4 options I have right now for this tank. Either A, I look for a Kenyan Samboa. B, I look for a mud and musk turtle, which would be the hardest thing I do if I decide to do that. C, I'll look for, or I'll set this up to make it an aquatic, like aquascape, I guess, tank, and have like some fish in here, make it nice, make it pretty, and add some, like a small school of fish in here, and some invertebrates. Or D, I set up the bottom, I add some snake bedding, I add some decor, and I add a baby corn snake. If I do the corn snake or the mud or musk turtle, I'll either make a bigger, or I'll buy a bigger tank and I'll do something else with it in case I have to. Or for the mud and musk turtle, I am planning to set up like, I'm planning to make a pond around here and around my house to move my painted turtle Torta, because the tank I have her in is getting like dirty and I have to move her somewhere else because she's also getting pretty large, so I have to move her to like a larger pond. And so if I get a mud and musk turtle, I'll have them in here, and if they grow out of this tank, I'll probably move them to the pond. If I get a Kenyan Samboa, I'll probably do the same thing, but I think they're able to survive in 10-gallon tanks because they're pretty small. And finally, if I do the aquascape, all I have to do is just get a new filter, get some decor and some substrate, and set it up to where I can add plants and all that. There was also one last option before I end. Okay, so before I end the video, I had like one last like idea, and this is one that this is probably gonna be like, even though I said like several times that I was gonna like do some of these ideas, this is the one that I feel like I'm probably not gonna do, but it's just like something that like if it's possible, then I'll do it. But I also want to set this up, if I could, to have it ready to put a Rosy boa in. And Rosy boas, I would have to buy them online because there's nowhere where I would be able to find them around my area. So I probably have to order one online, and then I'll have it here, and then just have it like, because I think they're able to survive in 10-gallon tanks, which is what I saw. But yeah, so you guys are gonna be helping me a little bit because I do want to set up that tank as well for either some animals or an animal. So the options are Kenyan Samboa, mud or musk turtle, just like a small turtle basically. An aquascape environment for me to put like fish and vertebrates and all that. Or we do the baby corn snake. Or even we can do the Rosy boa. I would have to just like search deep, like for where like the closest area to me where they're selling Rosy boas. So, but we'll just do the 4 options. So corn snake, Kenyan Samboa, mud or musk turtle, and an aquascape, and the Rosy boa. All right, and so I'll probably add it on. I'll probably make a community tab on my channel for that. So for whoever's watching this video, go check out the community tab so you can vote in for that. And also, if you guys can, comment down below on the video, because the last video I made talking about that, not really, a lot of people really commented on it, and I wasn't really disappointed because like I decided to make a final decision, or because I made the final decision after a while. But for now, I just want to ask you guys, please, for this one, comment down below and under this video for that, because I really want to see like what you guys' opinions are for what I should do for the tanks. All right, so I'll post a video on this channel. I'll also put a community tab for it. But yeah, vote for what you guys think should be done for the tank. Not this one, but the other one that I showed you guys before. So just put your comments down below, and in another maybe 4 or 5, no, just like in a week, I'll check again to see what you guys have to say, and yeah, I'll do it too if I don't make a final decision by then. All right. So thank you guys for watching. Comment down below what you guys think I should do for the tank. Check out the community tab to vote for my for that too. And I'll see you guys next time. Oh, by the way, also watch the video that I dropped before.